One of my all-time favorites, and we can play it because Dwayne Casey got the retirement package. He's in the front office. It's the best. So let's get a little Piston-centric. Can they do anything at 5 that's going to excite you tonight? And what I want you to do when and if you call in is you got to make your case. Like Cookies, I'll give him credit. I don't have to agree with him to give him credit. He was like, plant the flag. This is my one player. I got to have Cam Whitmore. Good on you, man. I don't get it because I host a podcast with the guy, and I didn't hear him mention Cam Whitmore's name once during college basketball season. So this is my problem.
He was saving it for last.
Right, exactly. But my whole point is, I have said for weeks, I don't speak for Rico, I don't speak for anyone else in the show, I don't want to be picking at 5. That's the only thing they could do that would make me excited. So I'll explain it real clear. No one believes they're moving up, and I'm not advocating it. However, if they moved up, it means Troy Weaver is backing up his statement of swinging for the fences, that he has his one player he's got to have. Okay. If they move down, I think it's also backing up exactly what he said. And let me explain. If you move down to 8, 9, 10, you get a couple of picks. Troy is able to draft differently. Let's say this proposed deal with the Jazz that Yahoo was flirting with, and you had 9 and 16. You could draft utter moonshot home run peripherals. From a physical standpoint, athletic traits, projection, you do whatever you want. You get 2 bites at the apple. You can't do that at 5 and walk away with Ike Diagu. Can't do it. Now, the other thing is what I know Rico has said, and I know I agree with it, and it's been weeks of it. Pair up Bogdanovich, pair up 5, cobble a deal together to get a player. No one's under any illusion you're getting some all-NBA player. But if you can get a guy who's expensive, teams are cap crunched, teams are luxury tax crunched. I mean, look at what's happening around this league. Troy went on the microphone and he said, outside of he said the new CBA he said we've lost Rico.
He's done.
He said that he'd be able to find vulnerable teams to take advantage of. See, all I'm doing with this 5th pick is using Troy Weaver's words against him, outside of So for me, the only thing that would excite me is not picking at 5 at all. Move up, move down, move out. Do you think I'm insane? Go for it. You can make fun of me. You can call up, make your impassioned case for players you didn't watch. It'll humor me. It'll be fabulous. You'll tell me about Jarace Walker, even though you didn't watch him and I did. It's going to be a hoot. But the point I'm making is I don't want to pick at 5. Is there anything they can do at 5 that gets you excited? Or are you with me? Troy Weaver said, I'm going for home runs. Then act like it. Troy Weaver said the new CBA, you'd have to be able to take advantage of somebody. Okay. Do it. Or maybe you move down, you get 2 bites at the apple, and we get 2 rotational players in this mix. So I'm just asking, 248-539-9797. What can they do at 5 that gets you all amped up? Or is there anything?
That I see either on the scroll at the bottom where they break in and say the Pistons have traded that pick. Because, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on this hour, Mike.
What?
The selections that they have, it's the equivalent of going and eating dinner at a buffet. And everything there is okay. But nobody gets excited to go to dinner at a buffet.
Hold on. I will tell you back in the day, high school, college, and these buffets have gone away. There was a golden era of Chinese buffets.
Yeah.
Now they are gone. But I will not allow you to lump in the Chinese buffets of the late 90s and early 2000s.
But they're not here right now.
I know. I'm just saying.
And it's kind of like the NBA draft right now. It's not like it used to be.
Fair.
I'm talking about the current buffets now where it's like,
there were buffets, and then there were those.
Right. Oh, yeah, it was one here on, I think it was 14 or 15 Mile.
It was the golden era. Carry on. I'm sorry.
But no, it's where it's like, okay, you get something simply because it's there, but it's not like we're all saying, hey, David, let's go hit up this buffet right after the show. It's like, all right, we're there. We got to make a pick. What do you want? This one or this one? Fine, because I can tell you this, spoiler alert, there's no one great at their spot. You're looking at someone who may average anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes a game. A lot of them have the same comp to them, an offensive liability. So that's what we're looking at right now.
And look, later on, you'll preview, the 6 guys that you think they're seriously looking at 5, and you can tell me who you're going to predict. I'm just asking, what can they do at 5 that's going to get you excited? Or are you like me, you don't want to be there at all? I'd like to see something bold. Because if you're going to get on that microphone and talk about hitting home runs like Troy Weaver did, and you're going to talk about taking advantage of other teams, you're going to do that whole routine, show me. 248-539-9797. David, go ahead. Tell me, what can they do at 5 in this draft? What could they do that's going to get you excited? Or are you like me, you're just on GTFO mode? Get out of that pick.
Yeah, trade that pick for a player. Go get Julius Randle. Go get Zion Williamson. Go get OG Anunoby. Go get somebody.
OG Anunoby.
I'm just naming players that we've heard. Just go get me a guy that's going to contribute and start and be a scorer for this team.
And see, I'm thinking maybe Weaver kind of tipped his hand, and maybe he's going to get not somebody that big, but because of the new cap coming in, people cap casualty type of players where I'll offer you this or let's trade, and I'll that's what I'm hoping to see.
Go get somebody.
If you make that pick at 5, that's not what he said. That's just you're doing what you're supposed to do. Now, I will also say this about Troy Weaver. This is his night. He's the belle of the ball on draft night for the last couple of years. Even after the 5th pick, I'm going to wait to see if that pick stays in Detroit. Or did he draft somebody in order to trade him to somebody else? So I would caution Pistons fans, if they pick at 5, wait to maybe the end of the lottery, and then you'll know if we're going to keep that person or he was a part of a package deal.
248-539-9797. Let's get into it. I'd ask Kenny, but he don't care. So it's just, no, Kenny, don't worry. You're playing a part of the NBA mockery game later. I'm going to give you a player with a first-round grade or a completely fictional made-up person. You have to tell me which is which. And the people can play along at home.
I will do the best at this game. I'm sure of it.
Kenny, you know enough that you're not going to be that terrible. Maybe, sort of.
Can we do this with the NHL draft when it comes around next week?
Sure. Because it'll be everybody and then you.
Russian diplomat or NHL prospect?
Right. Bobby Mikhailov. Real. He's the guy going second.
I was about to say, better yet, how about just David and I trying to read their names?
That would be just as good.
Yikes. 248-539-9797. David, give me some of the ticket texts if you would, and then we'll get to the phone calls here up next.
Give up Cade and the 5th for the number
can we
1.
Can we give up that microphone? The noise that thing makes. How long is it going to take to just get to it?
We're never getting that, okay? How long have we been asking for that? We're never getting it.
I don't know.
Put it on the list every time.
It's proof that prayer doesn't work.
Oh, stop that. If they trade 5 for Randall, I'm done with the Pistons. That's from Dimitri.
Dimitri, why say that? I wonder if that's emotional, Dimitri, the one who calls the night show all the time.
It is.
Like, why would you say that?
Because he's not a star. It's not a big enough splash. But
taking this 19-year-old who might be completely useless is better?
Once again, you better get used to it. You're going to be taking some damaged goods tonight. If Weaver makes a trade, yeah, LeBron's not coming here. Paul George ain't coming here.
No, the Knicks.
Devin Booker ain't coming here.
What are the Knicks doing? That Paul George thing is wild. See, that would be another hope, too, is I wish the Pistons could attach themselves as a third team in one of these deals.
That may be it, kind of what Memphis did in that whole thing. Like, wait, we got some – we'll take Smart.
I really don't know how to feel about that trade. And we're not talking about it because no one cares.
No.
It's a rare trade where 12 hours later, I don't know how to feel about that.
I think what you're saying is Boston pushing their chips in the middle of the table, saying we can do this with just these three and get it done. Now, with Smart gone, he's the heart and soul of that team. Now, I'm not a big Boston fan like you are, but as I said in pre-show, it's like if you took Draymond off the Warriors aren't as tough anymore. Draymond was the guy that, he was the big brother that would just go in there and beat everybody up and say, okay, now, Steph, you go shoot the ball. Don't bother him. That was Smart to me. He was the tough guy for the Celtics. Now, I guess Jaylen Brown's your new tough guy.
Kill me. All right, we'll get to the people coming up next.